From deep in the heart of Central Texas, it's the Best of the Outdoors podcast with Dustin Vaughn Warnke. Brought to you by Grim Reaper Broadheads. Watch 'em drop. Gold Tip, the toughest arrow you'll ever shoot. Gilly Monster Outdoors and Vapor Trail Outdoors. World-class hunting and fishing products. Striper Express. With Bill and Chris Carey on Lake Texoma. Vineyard Max Deer Products. And Warnke Enterprises, your full-stack digital and media production marketing agency with a specialty in the outdoors.
Welcome to another Mudfish Adventures podcast up here on beautiful Lake Toledo Bend. But today, we're going to go do something different. We're out of the studio. We're going to go down to the Pintail Hunting Club. As you well know from some of the last couple of episodes, we got a few more. I found this guy named Dustin. I don't even know his last name.
You don't have to.
You know, it starts with a W-A-R-N-C-C-K-E.
They probably misspelled it in the program, too.
Yeah,
like, the
I
whole
think that's
thing's a
what it
big
is.
mess,
You know?
It's fine. I love Derek.
I keep going by the lunch buffet.
The lunch buffet schedules is the only time you really care about. That's the
and-
only hard time that we have here.
And Dustin's always saying, hey, you want to do a podcast? I'll pass him up. You know, I don't know who this fella is. So I go get my coffee. I go back and do another hour show with somebody, and I have to go to the bathroom. I got to go right by Dustin again.
I know. You can't miss me.
He said, hey, can we do a podcast with you, Scooby? You're so dynamic. You're so versatile. You're such an awesome fly fisherman. You know, especially up on Toledo Bend, you're pretty good. So I'm going to hand this over to Dustin. I don't know where this is going, but we're fixing to have crawfish here in about 30, 45 minutes.
We're gonna be fine with the crawfish, so I think I'm excited about that. So yeah, I mean we have some time to talk.
Okay.
So tell me, I'm gonna interview you. You're gonna interview me.
Oh, that's kind of unique, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I like
tie
it,
my
though.
shoe. Can you put my shoe up and try it for me? We don't do that here on the
I don't know
air.
about that. Like,
But
you want me
dude-
to take my shirt off then?
No,
Or
but
like-
I'm telling you, you got the face for radio.
Yeah, you said that earlier before we started recording the show, and I was like, that's just great.
Anyway.
I love
you know,
the humor.
This is kind of like a bad bitten knit.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw it to you. You're going to throw it to me. And I want
right.
people,
Let's do this.
as you're driving in traffic, listen to my shows. They're in the big towns where the smog is, all that kind of stuff.
Smog.
So basically,
know what town you're talking about.
you need
All
to
right.
put the red Solo cups back in the cup holder. And we won't be doing that this morning on the way to work at 5:36. Oh, watch out for that red light. Stop.
Okay. The red means stop. Yeah.
There you go. Red means stop.
Yeah.
Yellow means do what the hell you want because you're in Houston.
And remember the gas pedals on the right.
Oh, that what it was?
In my dad's favorite quote about that is, "There's only one shade of green in this town," and I didn't know what he meant for the longest time. Like, he was talking about, like, if you're looking for a different shade of green to tell you to go, then that's not going to come. This is the only shade of green. You know, it was kind of like a dry humor statement. You know what I'm saying?
I've never thought of it that way.
There's the only shade of green in the town. So the next time you're waiting for somebody to hit the gas pedal that's in front of you, you say to yourself, you know, first of all, instead of like cussing or whatever, you just kind of say, isn't that interesting? And then you follow it up with, there's only one shade of green in this town.
And that's forest green.
Yep. Well, I mean, or chartreuse green, depending on if you want to catch fish.
I would rather be chartreuse green.
Well, I caught, that's what I caught all the fish off of yesterday. It was a pink little roadrunner.
Oh, really?
And I caught a panfish, 2 bass, with a pink roadrunner at first for the first fish. The next 2 fish were chartreuse, like a Mr. Twister. You know what I'm saying?
That's amazing you can get that
like
out.
a crappie jig.
You can get that out of a number 2 wash tub? You're awesome.
Here we go again. I've heard that the ladies say that that's the worst thing you can say as a man. So for the men listening to this show, make sure you don't say "here we go again" to your significant other, spouse, or whatever. Can we all agree? Don't say "here we go again." That's a no-no.
But we go to the same restaurant. We only have one.
It's
Dairy Queen is open 24/7 in Hemphill.
There's a
There you go again, Dustin.
No. Don't start that. There we go again with me. The thing that I'm interested in is the response of human emotion when it comes to my podcast guest, for instance.
Oh, you have a podcast? Oh, my gosh. What's the name of your podcast?
I have 2.
I'm kind of interested now, what you're saying.
Oh, really?
So I've just now got interested.
We weren't talking about the outdoors, so
Oh, no.
Stubby's like off the.
We do that
off
for the day
reservation.
job. This is fun. We're doing our fun time right now.
I have a newly launched podcast that I launched around November called The Empowered Life with Dustin Vaughn Warnke. That is my last name, Vaughn. WARNCKE. You can find it really easy enough without having to remember all that at dustinspodcast.com. I have 10 books that I've written myself and then some other ones that I've created at dustinsbooks.com. That is my Amazon store page. And I don't care if you buy a book. Like I said, they're kind of out there if you want them. Some are outdoor industry, depending on what you want to do. I have one for marketing for guides and outfitters. Because I have my own full stack marketing agency, which I recently went full time with.
Yeah, in 2024, right?
Yeah. And
so you didn't think I knew that? I can see that on your forehead.
Oh my
it's
gosh,
written everywhere.
You read it all over the place.
Yeah, I've read on
You're
my
that
book.
good?
I am that good. I'm a speed reader. You put it on that auto thing.
Oh my
and
gosh.
And while you're driving,
The whole thing gets read to you. It's wild. Like this is wild. So
no, but go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be
no,
serious.
I know. Yeah, no, you're not.
I just
fine.
can't.
So, yeah, you can't. That's fine. It's okay. I had a podcast that started in 2015, and I'm resurrecting it now again, adding new episodes to it called The Best of the Outdoors. Easy to find. Originally, this was kind of a creation that came out of Texas Fish and Game. I ended up as the associate publisher there at 2019, then left to kind of do other things in, I guess you would call it the private sector versus the outdoor industry. Things that were somewhat outdoor industry related, but more marketing manager, kind of related. And I went through a couple of, different jobs and everything, and just nothing. I realized then I'm something called a Sigma, okay? The Sigma man, if you will, okay?
I need to look that up.
Yeah,
Can I Google that?
You can Google that easy enough. But the whole idea is that the Sigma's like the lone wolf. We can equate this to like how wildlife works, right? So the Sigma basically is like the lone wolf personality that doesn't necessarily need all the high praise of like being the kind of is the behind the scenes guy. And I realized that's what I had done because here I had helped Larry Wassoon, do the DSE's Campfires with Larry Wassoon podcast. And I've been producing that for about a year.
Really?
That was a year back in, I guess, January that it's been a year. So it's a year and some change. And then Luke, Catfish Radio with Luke Clayton, turned out I was producing this podcast like starting around, I guess, July of last summer. And then it turned out that I needed to take over the whole radio show. And he chose me to do that. And so I produced that radio show. That airs, I'm not sure if it's a station that, you're listening to here, but that airs across about, 20 or so radio stations, around Texas, Arkansas, North Texas, like that region. I believe in East Texas as well. But the thing is, like, it's also on a podcast, which you can find at just Catfish Radio with
So
Luke
what do y'all
Clayton.
talk about on Catfish Radio?
Well,
Catfish?
I mean, there's 4 segments. So the radio show is broken up into an hour. All right.
Wow.
And
Every week?
Every week.
Okay.
The first segment is usually Campfire Talk with Larry Wassoon. He's on every week. Okay. So if you like Mr. Whitetail, okay, those of you guys that know,
forever.
He's been around for 50 years in wildlife and a wildlife biologist. I mean,
Is he a biologist,
he's
really?
that's what his training is in from A&M. And he really makes me wonder wonder about things about wildlife biology and why things are to ask the question of why. Because what he says is, J. Frank Dobie, I finally got this right. I'm saying this on a show. I finally got this. J. Frank Dobie said that life's greatest campfire, to paraphrase J. Frank Dobie in this quote, life's greatest campfire, a philosopher, is the campfire. Life's greatest philosopher is the campfire. Think about that for a minute. When's the last time you've been around a campfire and it was life's greatest philosopher? Like you could sit around a campfire and have conversation just about, anything with, just it's a common place, kind of like breaking bread. I did a podcast with one of the chefs, that's attending this event. I just had a great, like how the community of food, like cooking and that kind of stuff needs to be bred back into our school system and everything else. I remember the days of home economics. That's where I learned how to sew my own boxers, darn my own socks, write a check. Like the kids aren't learning any of that as far as financial aptitude and that kind of stuff. So I kind of
are old. They don't do that anymore.
Look, I'm 45. Yeah,
I'm a young baby. I'm almost
I
70.
know.
I'm almost
that card,
70.
the old
My
card
attention span is very short.
Next question, please.
I don't have any questions. You're doing well on your own.
All right, fine.
But you do a lot.
Back to you. So yeah, I have a blog, Warnke Outdoors. Anyway, just a few different things there. So I'd love to have you guys, of course, subscribe to all the podcasts I produce and create myself. You can
clickers.
Yeah, you can.
Old clickers.
You can find everything kind of in my creator hub at dustinsprojects.com whenever this airs, and that's dustinsprojects.com, 2 S's. Not Dustin, yeah, you know what I'm saying. So dustinsprojects.com, and then businesswithdustin.com is my marketing agency's website, and kind of doing some changes to that right now. And really, I I love helping outdoor businesses like yours.
Yeah, because we're fresh. We're babies.
Well, no, I'm just saying, you guys know how to market, but the thing is, the digital age came in while you guys were like out on the water. You know what I'm saying? Like really,
we're fishing guides. That's what we do. We're fly fishing guides. As a matter of fact, the top of the S swamp, fly fishing. We throw big flies. We throw the whole chicken. We don't throw the tail feather.
the whole chicken.
We throw the whole chicken. It's 12 inches. Welcome to Mudfish Adventures with Captain Steve Stubbe.
My goodness.
Mudfish Adventures.
Mudfish.
1-844-683-3474 is our 1-844 number. So if you'd like to book a trip, and
you've got a heck of a guide service from what I've heard. I've got to go fishing with you at some point.
We are top notch. We got probably one guide, and that's me. And that guy stays absolutely busy. The wife makes me take the garbage out, and then I can go take my clients out. Those husband kind of, when she's the producer of these podcasts, I said, have you got that out? Have you got the garbage out? I say, woman.
I have to do this first before that happens.
Right,
that's one thing has to happen.
We're not even going to talk about the underwear part. She really holds that against me.
I'm sure. I don't even want to go there. Let me ask you a question, Captain.
Only one.
No, we're not on the time limit here.
We're not?
This
Okay,
is
good.
more
I enjoy
conversational. This is chill.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
I was in your court.
How do you find, where do you find meaning in your life at almost 70 years old?
We're not finding meaning like being on the water, breathing the outdoors in the environment.
So the outdoors brings you a lot of meaning.
It's the bread and butter. I mean, if I can't breathe outdoors, you might as well just lock me up.
And the thing I realize is I have had a fishing life deficiency. Like there's such a thing as like a fishing level, like you get your testosterone and everything else at the doctor and your PSA levels and everything like that as a guy. Like I'm behind on like fishing experiences that help.
Can I answer that for you? I watched you cast a fly rod yesterday.
No, come on.
No, what are you?
You did not see me cast a fly rod, Captain.
Oh, that wasn't you? Then I'm mistaken.
It was a guy that looked just like me. He was wearing a shirt just like mine.
Oh yeah, identical twin. Same glasses and all, with the tape over one eye.
Well, it's a patch. I prefer to refer to it that way.
Okay.
However,
you had it on backwards.
Well,
anyway, I think you were using it for a wind block, but I'm not sure. When you were winking at me, I don't know what was going on.
You couldn't tell I was winking at you because there was a patch over my eye. Okay.
But anyway, is that
answer the question? No, that is not answer. Oh. So just the outdoors, or is it because everybody at this event so far?
Yeah, this is the Hunt Fish Podcast.
Yeah, Hunt Fish Podcast Summit, and everybody at this event so far has told me
I'm the top guide here. Is that what they said?
Smarty pants.
They call me that too.
Well, I'm just saying.
Okay.
At least it's not Stinky Pants like one of the brands. That's, anyway,
I do have his products. He's got great products. They're stringers. If you didn't know,
for coastal fishing,
mud pants. Or stinky pants.
844 mud pants? That's worse than stinky pants? All right, sorry. All right. Trying to keep it together here. I had a podcast similar to this with Gray from the Wallace Sheep Foundation and Larry Washoon sitting right across from him. Yeah. And I just opened it up and just let it roll. I mean, I was just like, let them talk. And like they tell stories. And one of Larry's best stories, if you haven't listened to Catfish Radio.
No, I don't even know who the Larry guy is, but you go ahead.
Mr. Whitetail. Larry Washoon, you know who he is. So he basically told about how he was trying to rattle in a buck one time.
Okay.
And bring this deer in and everything like that. And long story short, he ended up, and this is told on my podcast as well as Luke's. So he actually rattled in a game rooster, like a fighting chicken. Like I'm talking like that was lost in the woods somewhere. And it came out and it stood up and it going cock-a-doodle-doo. Like it was proud that somebody had found it, like it just outburst itself with a big cock-a-doodle-doo. And I laughed so hard I darn near fell out of my chair yesterday. And I just wanted to express my gratitude for the humor of this event.
It's probably because he couldn't afford the deer lease and he did it from the local residential rural area. And he was probably honking the horn and the turkey started hollering. Right?
No, it wasn't a turkey.
It's not a turkey?
No.
It was a real chicken?
It was a real chicken. It was a game, like a red-breasted, like a game rooster. You know what I'm saying?
They don't make them.
Well, not anymore. Not like they used to. I mean, they don't make anything like they used to.
No, I know. It's a shame.
I go back to the Merle Haggard song, when a Ford and a Chevy still last 10 years later. You didn't think I'd know that. You didn't think that I'd recognize Carter's Pills.
You were so impressive. I said the word Dodge when I walked in the cooking area. Everybody goes, what'd he say? That was like a nasty word.
Oh man!
You know, I look in the parking lot now, and all I see is what is that over there? A Sonata, and there's a Hyundai. What's that other truck over there? A Mitsubishi.
Which has a relationship with Dodge, which has a relationship
Yeah.
with Nissan. I remember the old days of the Datsuns. You remember that? The Datsuns?
Oh, that was a great car. I had one when I went to college.
Well, they also made trucks. I had a friend
did they?
that had a Chevy Love pickup truck.
Those
back
were the
in-
best. 4-wheel drive, they'd go anywhere.
But they were like these little, and the thing is, a lot of people make fun of them because it was like a 70s. We're talking a 70s Chevy LUV, like the Love trucks, and like the thing is, like I like that truck, and he would always tell these people, great answer when they said he should buy something else. Said, "You paying for it?"
Wow.
You know, I'm just like, you know, you kind of put it back in their face, and I thought that was pretty good. You know,
Have you ever heard of a Volkswagen pickup? I had one with a
not
diesel.
not in this country.
No, it was a diesel. It's great parts truck. We run the crap.
Okay, I think I have
a little
seen that
bitty
before,
thing.
but
Yeah,
I mean,
just
we're
a little
talking
bit.
like 70s era model.
Yeah, well, that's,
vehicle,
that was my prime. That's when I was dating chicks all over the place. As an outdoor guy.
Just had to beat them off with a stick, with your fishing rods.
When you pull a mud motor through town with a motorboard on, those girls just put their white boots on.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
And out they come.
They're ready to work. They're ready
There
to
you
go.
go.
Ready to go.
Anyway.
You know what I'm saying?
Did you have a question?
I was trying to wait for you to answer mine first. Oh, come on. Let's go. The meaning in life aside from the outdoors. Now, everybody has told me at this event. Now, stop. Hold on. Just wait.
I'll try to be calm.
Just wait. Just calm.
Okay.
Is that it is in being part of something bigger than yourself, as far as giving back to something that you can never be repaid for, that is bigger than you'll ever be. And I think that's where I find my meaning because of the
I agree with
volunteer
you.
work that I do, the volunteer work I've done in the past, the boards I've set on, the leadership stuff that I've done, and that kind of stuff. It has all been for the greater good of not necessarily just mankind, but whoever I'm serving.
Right.
So the thing that's kind of the uniting factor that I find of everybody I've talked to here, every podcast I've recorded and interviewed, is like I get into the deeper questions. I get into the thing is that we're all on the same page of wanting conservation and wanting cleaner water. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't make you an environmentalist like Chester Moore would say all the time. If you want clean water, that's not a political statement. I want clean water for my grandkids one day.
Well, here's the other thing. We're a guide on Toledo Bend Lake. We go in the back country, look for different things. And the one thing that really trips my trigger is there's a cooler floating down the creek, and I've got people there from China or Venezuela, or I got
from out of the country,
from out of town. I got people from Virginia coming in from around the country. They want to fly fish or for our big bass there, right? If I see a blue cooler on the bank or something, I go pick it up. Or they have the duck hunters. I'm not saying one duck hunter. I'm saying several. They got their buckets still out there with the shells laying everywhere.
Yeah,
and I go back.
What kind of impression does that leave for somebody that's living, that's coming into this country and just understanding?
Right.
And this is the back country too. Like there's not supposed to be like a lot of people there.
No, I got a special boat to get in there. It just think that's what irks me as a guide. I want to get back that way. I want to keep it clean. I want to have that pristine deck that go back there and have a good time, right? I mean, that's not. I guess that's all just being conservation.
No, that really is being a conservationist.
I'm not out there beating my drum on top of them all the time.
No, and you don't need to. You need to. I just believe that the best decisions we can make in life is based on conviction and not fear or guilt or shame or any of those things. You know what I'm saying? Those are the best decisions, and really everybody here has kind of made a conscious decision that it's about the greater good. Like it's about the preservation, not the preservation, the conservation of the wildlife. Mm-hmm. Because one thing you'll learn from Larry's podcast is that it's preservation leads to death. Typically, consequentially, the way that it's done, preservation leads to death. Conservation leads to life. Conservation leads to the prolification of that species. Because that is a different model. The North American conservation model that's been talked about all throughout this event is based around wanting to do well by doing good. And that's a myriad of organizations that we've talked that have sponsored this event. The Wild Sheep Foundation, DSC, who sponsors Larry's podcast as a title sponsor, and like I said, that's a whole thing. I think that there's a common bond between most of us that appreciate that. But the problem is, and I've written about this in some of my non-outdoor books, is that we'd rather go impulse on something on Amazon than give money to a foundation. And sometimes I'm just saying that's our human nature in today's culture. Okay, that's my point. So I'll give you another example. We could go volunteer and clean up a shore, or we could go binge watch Netflix. And I'm not saying that's not important, but I'm just saying that's where our society has taken us, is that it's about me. And I think COVID helped with that too, with as far as the communication breakup, because we had social media and everything else. But then that all of a sudden, with the virtual life that we have these days, of virtual meetings and everything else, we got lazy. Just as a culture, we just got lazy. You know what I'm saying? And we just kind of got to the point where we were just like, yeah, I'll just send a check in the mail. The thing is, though, that's not enough. No, it's about using your time, your talent, and your treasures.
Well, that's what I'm hearing. They didn't pay me to come.
Well,
they pay you.
Of course, it's what. I'm not.
Because we do it for the love of what the sport is. I'm here for the life.
That's exactly right. That's my point.
We're all here for the love of it. Okay.
We are. I mean, it's not about, really, to some point when we do broadcasting like we do, like, it's not about the money for you and me, at least. I know we've talked about that already. It's about really inspiring you to go, like, for my podcast, for the outdoors side of it, that be the best in the outdoors, do the best in the outdoors. I wouldn't say that I had the best outdoor podcast. That's not what I'm saying at all.
That's not what we're here for. It's not
no, and that's the thing. Like, everybody here is like on an equal ground, but everybody has answered the same question. Like, the fact is, yes, things are out of control with us having to see ads for dopamine detox things on Instagram, for us having to see. I'm talking about, like, there's lawsuits going on, like class action lawsuits going on against, and lawyers running ads right now on Facebook that are elsewhere, probably Instagram, are against gaming companies because they believe that they cause video game addiction as like a cultural thing with our kids. Now, I can see some truth in that because I've got a teenager and he loves video games. He is definitely a video gamer, but I try to get him outside as much as I can. Let's go fishing. Let's go. So the problem is the balance. Because, like, he doesn't live with an outdoorsman. Well, he doesn't live with me full time. He doesn't live with me full time.
Okay, well, I can't help it.
So, I know you can't. I didn't ask you to help it, but I appreciate you listening. I mean,
well, it's just I'm kind of rough. I'm kind of rough. I don't have kids, so I have clients in boats. That's hard enough. When I come in, she said, "What happened to you? You would not believe what kind of day I had. I had 80 fish and all that, and the guy couldn't catch a crab."
That's a great guy joke, man. Yeah. That is a great guy joke.
They couldn't cast 30 feet with a fly rod, so I just moved the boat up 5 feet, and then we got into them again. But no, it's a love of what we do here. I know I'm joking a lot.
Yeah, I love that. This is great.
That's what we do in the boat. What it says in the boat stays in the boat, as we learned in California, that kind of thing. But no, we have a good time guiding with people. I learn a lot from stock market people that come in and fish with me. Yeah. I hear a lot of conversations over the phone. They're making these big deals and all, and don't include me. So so that's the days.
Try to get in.
I try to weasel in.
Nice work if you can get it.
Yeah. Hey, can you put my name on that contract?
Exactly.
You're taking my time.
Exactly. So, I'm waiting on you to include me on this deal.
There you go. But no, we all love what we do. I know we joke a lot, but this is the fun of it. If you can't enjoy what you do, get out.
Well, and that's the thing. Once you lose the thrill of seeing that buck or seeing that, or doe or whatever, or that hook getting hit by that shallow crank or whatever getting hit by or a top water, you know what I'm saying? Like one of the greatest outdoor memories I have. One of the last events that I was at while I was still kind of within the industry before I kind of took a departure from it and came back. Was the Confluence Riders event. And basically, it was in Venice, Louisiana. I was in Burris for one event, and then 2 years I did. I think it's 17, 18, 19. I did those events. And Captains for Clean Water was one of the sponsors. Which most guides, that live somewhat coastal understand. But the thing is that I got in a guide boat, I guess, on midway through that event, and proceeded to catch 7 bull reds. In the course of about 2 or 3 hours.
That's great.
I don't know if I hope I will live to see a day of fishing as exciting as that was, because I was tired of catching fish. Like, it made me literally like, oh my gosh, I can't pull another one in, because we're talking the running of the bulls. And we're talking like 42-inch bull reds, And also like nonstop. Like, it looked like a toilet flushed underneath that popping cork. And we're fishing with like Z-Man, shrimp or whatever. And like, man, that thing just to see that happen. And then the other guy was with me at the time was with Mustad. He's with another company now, but he was casting out there fishing topwater while I was popping corks. Mm-hmm. And like, the explosion that he would get off top water, and then we double up sometimes, and it was on fire.
There you go.
And I'm not a huge saltwater fisherman, but the thing is, like, I understand the richness of what happens with like lakes, lakes like Toledo Bend that are really unique in that respect too.
It's awesome. We don't have any redfish or nothing like that, but you need to come up there and get some suntan. If you call yourself a
you
saltwater
call myself too white? Is that what you're saying?
Well, when you got that black shirt on, you look white. Okay, it's blue.
Nobody can tell what color shirt I'm wearing on this audio experience, but okay. Here's one for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why a better rod? Tell me about your rods.
Okay, here's why I started the rod business: Mudfish Adventures and Rod Shop. Okay, we've been doing this 13 years.
Okay,
I've fished all over the world, North Alaska, all up in there, all the way down through the middle, all the way down to South America on tarpon, and in the jungles down there with screaming monkeys and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not talking about.
Do they scream while you're reeling them in? I mean, or how does that tarpon fight work? Because I know the tarpon fights are good.
Crazy. You heard my little story last night on my own documentary. They made it my own documentary, and then I didn't even know they made it.
It wasn't satiric though. I didn't see it as a satire. Like I saw it as like
I was in tears half the time because I know what it cost me to do it.
The check's in the mail. The check's in the mail, man.
Yeah, that's what they all say. But anyway, back to the rod thing. Is that we had clients in the boat. I got into fly fishing, as you well seen in the documentary, and I had customers from years and years, and they kept breaking fly rods. So,
which is expensive in and of itself.
Well,
when the whole blank, there's no repair at that point.
It's pretty well gone.
Because I'm saying, like, you could have $1,000 fly rig, and
easy.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, like, that hurts. The pocket
it really does.
I mean, it doesn't mean if you have a lot of money or a little bit of money, it still hurts.
It's kind of funny. I'm going to give you a quick story, but let me finish the question.
Okay, sorry. I'm Mr. Interjection.
I know, it's called payback.
That's fine. Fair enough. Go.
Okay, so anyway, we developed the rods. And I wanted a rod that didn't break, basically, so we can put a lot of power in them. Because we throw, like I showed you in the showroom over there, we throw a 12-inch fly. We don't throw the tail feather, so we call it the whole chicken. We use a yellow chicken or an orange chicken.
I get it now.
So,
Okay.
if I hold up the fly and we only use the last 2 inches, that's what a standard fly looks like, right? Well, when you have a big mouth bass that's over 10 pounds or 12, 15, you're looking to set records, which we also have. I'm going to pat on the back here. Hear that?
That's pretty good.
We have 26 state records on.
Well, if I could reach over there, I would probably pat you on the back for you. But
the sun is shining.
I'm just saying that's a good deal.
Anyway, so we developed a rod that doesn't break, basically, but it has a lot of power, right? And we put all high-end components on it, and that makes it last and last. As of 13 years of doing rod building, I've never had one return.
That's good.
No, that's something. I had one return from a guide. And he broke it and he hit it with a jig and pig, which is a pretty heavy bait.
Well, that's already pretty heavy.
Yeah, it hit the blank when he set the hook and missed the fish. And he told me about it. He was honest with me, so I built him another one.
That's
he
cool.
bought 7, so why wouldn't I build him another one?
Well, yeah, that's keeping your
So if that answered that question.
Yeah, that does. All right,
continue.
I
try to
with your
build
other.
the best I can with the best performance equipment. There's a lot of new resins out right now. There's a lot of new blanks. We got a lot of things from England and other places we can't get here in the United States.
I was fascinated by where you source your parts and stuff from that documentary, the kind of mock documentary we watched, mockumentary. But yeah, like I said, I was like, dude, this guy put a lot of work into. I was impressed.
It's every day. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, it's every day.
Don't let that go to your head now, Captain.
Well, I get the sandwiches delivered to the.
I know.
Yeah, you don't have
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. I knew you would respect a joke like that because that goes back to the Wizard of Oz, and heck, we've all
been there. But no, that's why Mudfish Adventures are 1-844-683-3474 is how you can get that number. Beautiful rod is blue. It's got vessel.
Blue is my shirt here?
Yes, it looks very nice. Have you seen our rods in the sun?
Absolutely.
Yeah, did you see the extra material that's in the blank when the sun
I guess I missed that.
Yeah.
I needed a presentation from you while I was getting the presentation of the rods.
Yeah, that would have been neat.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah, but we try to put the best components in it to be really serious because I need to sell them.
Yeah. We need to sell all of them, okay? We're having a sale right now, folks, but there's no discount.
No, we don't put them on sale.
There's no discount. There's no need to put them on sale because they're the best rods ever.
As a matter of fact, there's a 3 to 4 month waiting list right now.
That's beautiful.
So that's pretty cool, ain't it? Yeah.
So you source your materials from, even foreign places, but the thing is because it's the best of the best of the best of the best.
Yes, I've done the research and all that. So when I do a rod show or whatever, I'll actually get on the floor and take that fly rod with 2 hands and whip it left and right hard as I can. My shirt will almost come off. I put so much power in it. I've got so much Bruce
It's
strength.
like a Superman.
Yeah,
like
it's
thing.
you hear, and what I hear from the shore is I hear this. That's Scooby.
It's like the Tasmanian devil is like wheeling a rod around. You know what I'm saying?
Load on them. But if you're looking for trophy fish, which we have on that lake, 10 pounds.
Oh, for sure.
When you're in that kind of jungle like this butt brush and stuff out here, if I throw a fly up next to it, he comes out and gets it, he's going to turn and go back in there. Like you would have.
Yes. Yeah, he's got to eat it and then run. Yeah, right. You've got to turn him back around out of that hole.
No, when I set the hook on him, do a strip set, I set it in his hook in his mouth, and then I'm coming up with the rod. I don't come up with the rod. The rod will not set the hook if you just back power in the rod. That's not what a fly rod is designed to do.
Yeah, I understand. No, explain this further. I want to listen to this.
Yeah, okay. So what I do with a client, they come to me and they say, well, we catch trout all the time. We know how to fly fish. We know how this dunk and all this stuff y'all do. You put it in the water and you swing the rod, you swing it.
Oh, it's that easy. So I just here's the keys to the boat. You know what I'm saying? Just go right ahead.
No, we put the boat on top of a rock and let the water go around it. He's underneath it. You know, those flat boats, they have their oars. Because that's how they get out. Boats. They use those to get out of holes. They have to put the stick down to move the boat. I don't do that. So basically
that's
what
shallow,
I do,
shallow.
It's very well. We go shallow also, but look at it this way. So I'll put the person out about 50 feet, and I'll have them hold the fly between their knuckles or their fingers really tight, and I'll go and I'll actually point the rod at them for a bass. I'll point the rod at them, and I take my left hand and strip it real hard and put it in my left pocket. Mm-hmm. Strip and put in your left pocket. That's enough tension to make that rubber band really stretch, which gives that hook time to penetrate, and then I put the power of the rod to finish the load on the top. But
so you're basically preloading that rod with the way that you're doing that before the hook's set.
Yeah.
So this is all calculated, but it's got to happen very fast,
but
right?
It's called training. You have to train the client to set, because what's got to happen if he doesn't do it right? He goes, "Oh, I got a trout,"
and he pulls it right out of his mouth.
Well, not only that, he comes and spits it.
Yeah, he spits the hook.
Okay, so I'll give you a story. Do you got time for a story?
Well, we've got time for all your stories.
Okay, here's the story. I had I don't want to say the magazine. The magazine come up, sent a professional caster and a professional photographer to me for 3 days. They wanted an article of big bass on Toledo Bend being caught. Okay?
On a fly rod in this case.
Fly rod.
That's when you were fly fishing for.
That's what I do. I'm a fly guy. That's all I do. I only fly. That's cool. So we went out to an area, passed up a big cypress tree, a beautiful cypress tree with knees underneath the water, about 2 foot of water.
Nice. And backcountry, I assume?
Yep.
Part of Toledo Bend? Okay, very good.
Toledo Bend. So I had him cast to the shadow side. Didn't catch nothing. Had him cast to the side where the sun was coming up early that morning. And I'm hearing the cameraman go click, 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 click. He's waiting for the blow up, right? Like you said, the hood of a truck or something.
Yeah.
Big flush. Click, 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 click. So I went a little further. And the guy.
Okay, so he's reeling down at this point, right?
Well, he's still casting. Like I have a professional caster on the front of the boat. He's casting, retrieving, casting, retrieving, casting, retrieving. Okay. So the cameraman is watching.
What's the click click though? Tell me
the Nikon camera. That's very
I
expensive.
see. He's taking
right, I'm sorry,
pictures.
Yeah,
okay. Well, you got to be specific with me because I'm not as smart as you are. So.
Oh, that's not true. I'm writing it all down for you. I don't know.
I'm writing it all down. Here's the whole transcript for the entire show. All right, go ahead. Sorry. ...
So anyway, so this is what happened.
Like when Johnny Johnny Carson was, and then there goes the thing. All right, go ahead.
You know my vision. So anyway, so the boat goes a little further. I got the trolling on. When I'm guiding, I never grab a stick. I never grab a rod. Okay. It's always up to the. I'm there to guide and make them successful.
They're the hero. You're the guide.
Yeah, that's all I do. That's what they're paying me for. So anyway, we pass up the tree just a little bit. And I'm looking at the next spot to target, 20 feet out, 1 o'clock.
Right.
And all of a sudden, I don't hear the camera clicking anymore. So I just happened to look back. And what do you think he did? He picked up one of my other short fly rods. It's a 10 weight. And he throws a fly over there by the tree.
Gosh. You talk about messing up a situation.
Big time.
Here. Yeah.
So what happened, Woody?
I can see the look in your eyes already. Yeah. Absolutely.
A tarpon just exploded in a foot of water.
Course, yeah.
Right? And I look back and I said, set. And he looks at me like, what? He drops the camera in one hand, has a fly rod in the other.
Oh, no.
He's just trying to hold the rod tip up just to hold it.
Yeah,
right?
just to.
And he drops the camera, and it's probably the camera, they're probably every bit of 5, 8, 10 grand,
yeah,
15
at least,
grand.
Man, I mean, you
so
can
he
spend
drops
as
it
much
on
as
the
you
strap,
want to on that.
And I said, set, what? Set. So he lifts up, and he grabs the line, and he starts stripping it, and the fish goes right under the boat. I mean, we're 20 feet. Comes right under the boat. The next thing I see the line go back by the engine. I said, he's done. he's going to cut the line on that prop. Mud motors, they got sharp blade.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
and that are like within line of the line.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly.
Go along the bottom of the boat.
I'm picturing this perfectly.
It goes back, and I see the rod load up. It's bending right back like a banana further back, and all of a sudden it goes limp again. And now the fish is coming right next to the boat.
It's coming towards you.
Yes, and we're looking up closest me to you from that fish.
Oh my goodness!
And we're like a tuna. He just went full speed.
You saw the surprise, the fear in his eyes.
All of us looking over the side of the boat going, oh my word.
What just happened?
That's a record. So he goes out about another 30 feet.
It was like a 12-pound bass or something.
Oh, every bit of it. Yeah. I mean, I catch them all the time. I know.
No, of course.
Wink,
you
wink.
do. Of course you do. Of course. How would I ever question otherwise? All right, continue.
I'm trying to be sincere.
You're
you hear it in my voice.
Good. I can hear it all in your voice.
Anyway,
all
so
I need to hear.
Fish goes a little further and it pops right out. Poop. Fly pops out. And of course, we're all just.
He spit. Right?
Yeah.
He spit the hook.
Yeah, he spit
He's
the hook.
gone.
Because he never got the hook set. Didn't put it in his back pocket. Because he wasn't supposed to be doing it. So the next morning, on the third day of the shoot, as we were leaving early in that morning and trying to go make something for the magazine again, he says, hey, Captain, I'm sorry about what happened yesterday. And I said...
It cost him his story, for one. I mean, I understand that in the editorial
but it gets better after that. So he said, I said, well, I'm glad you lost that fish. He said, why do you say that? I said, because we all had a job to do. I had my job to do. The professional caster had a job to do. And you had the photography job to do. So you messed up big time.
Yeah.
But we're going to go try again today because you didn't know that I knew what was on the other side of that tree. I was going to turn the boat and come at a different angle.
You rushed into it and didn't give the guy the time to guide you.
Exactly. The guy that was prepared, ready to do the job, you didn't let him do the job. So this is what happened. I did a rod show in Dallas, probably about a year and a half later. So I have all my beautiful rods out there. They're beautiful rods you can ever see as a mudfish short flyer. Especially when they're under lights, you can see everything.
There's no doubt. I mean, there's no.
Well, you see what's on the. Never mind.
Oh, absolutely. No. Yeah. There's no question.
No.
I mean, no.
So anyway, I'm doing my thing on the floor, casting on the water pond. It's only 2 inches deep.
When is the rod show? Is that in Texas or is that somewhere?
Well, they don't do them anymore because they didn't make any money. So
just follow the money. We've talked about that the whole time here.
Exactly.
Just follow the money.
So anyway, this guy calls him up and he goes, "You're that guy." I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "You're that guy with the big article with the big bass and all that on Toledo Bend." I said, "Well, yeah, I got it on Toledo Bend, but what do you mean I'm that guy?" He said, "No, the guy was talking. He wrote an whole article about it." And I said, "Well, let me ask you one question before you go any further." I said, "What was the ending story?" What was the story about?
What story? Exactly. That's what I was want to know. That's all I want to know. Is how it ended. Yep.
How did the story end?
I totally get it.
He said, "Well, come to think about it."
Was there a picture of a fish?
No.
I didn't think so.
I think they had probably a standard photo 2-pounder or something.
Of him, catching another fish from another lake, from another guy.
You could have caught. It would have worked if you would have
I could have caught.
Yeah, something you could have caught here at the ranch.
Smarty pants,
Anyway, so long story short, so I asked him, what was the ending? And he says, there really wasn't any. I said, did he catch a fish? He goes, no, there really wasn't nothing. I said,
now that you mentioned it.
I was right, wasn't I?
No, that's what I'm saying.
So I said, that's an honest writer.
Yeah.
And that's all I wanted to know. And then I told him the story. He said, well, he didn't have anything on there like that.
Well, yeah.
I said, exactly. Because it wouldn't have made a story and all. But at least you found who was in the boat. That was pretty cool for me.
Yeah.
That somebody read. But I was really, that a writer actually wrote the true story.
Yeah. Because that's hard to do. Because a lot of times, a lot of writers will fib or will like what do we call it? Recreation, recreating.
Yeah.
Like we do that kind of to displace like negative experiences in our mind. Is we basically a lot of times will I forget what the exact word is for it. It starts with an R, but it's like it's like rehashing the situation in your mind the way that you wanted it to happen to cope with the mistake that you made.
Right.
And that's like a serious part of human behavior that we do kind of automatically because we're like, well, I don't want to relive what actually happened. So we basically back out of it and we go, well, it happened this way because it ended like this. And you're just like, no. If you were really there, no, it didn't.
Well, here's the problem. It's springtime and it's spawn time there. I go back to the same tree. I want to change that story. I want to catch that fish. It's gone. We all know that. But I would love to have a different ending to that mind that's in my dreams every other night. Like, I know I can better that spot in my mind. I know they're there.
You can land, whatever's
I need
underneath.
to go by myself. But the problem with you go by yourself, it's hard to be believed.
That's true. Did you caught that and released it? Even the best pictures, photoshopped that, Scooby,
I'm pretty honest when I do filming every week, and I'll tell you what I do for the filming. I have, I do the Facebook thing, and I do a 2-minute spot try to do it every week on a Thursday because we do a live radio show on Friday mornings.
Right.
So we do a call-in show, and they want to know the fishing report. I actually wrote the fishing report for Parks and Wildlife for 3 years on that lake every week.
Oh, cool.
So we always turned it on Tuesday, and then they come out on Thursday or Friday, and then we'd have people come to the lake, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So
Kind of a symbiotic thing. Yeah.
you did the same thing on that?
Well, I did. I just said symbiotic, like the fact that you were helping Parks and Wildlife
Yeah.
with the fishing report, because I used to always like look up and I'd always see Toledo Bend. I didn't realize you were the one that wrote that.
Yeah, I'm the guy. But
You're the guy. I mean, not a guy, the guy.
But I took my name off the bottom. Now some other guy does it.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, it got cut off because of the printer, I think is the way that works.
No, the printer was I quit. The print didn't want to print anymore because it takes a lot of time.
It does.
It's every week. So basically.
But really, is the pattern on the lake the same, roughly? I mean, is it like what I'm saying is if they
It'll
did
be
a
within
rerun.
2 weeks.
I was about to say you just we almost because everybody's looking for timing, but the problem is with the editorial for those is we have to get those in. We don't know what this spring's going to be like because we've submitted in January the March issue. In a lot of cases of any publication, and blog is a little bit faster.
Okay, I brought 3 magazines over there inside where the showrooms where all those beautiful fly rods are in those beautiful cases.
Saw those, yeah.
So if you look at one of the back pages on the air full page, front and back, I mean, it's a beautiful spot of me throwing a big fly in the water of all lily pads. Just a beautiful picture, right? And on the left side of that page is 20 years of research of me fishing. The best times to come for brim, best times to come for black bass, best times to come for any other fish on the left side there. It's pretty cool. So
Yeah, it
those
is
are the best
cool.
time to come to that lake.
Yeah, and really we have, I mean, there's a little bit of everything on Toledo. I mean, as
yeah.
far as like there's white bass, there's,
Right.
is it hybrid or striper on Toledo?
Well, they don't have any stripers anymore, and I was asking on Parks and Wildlife about that.
Hybrid at all? Like white bass?
Well,
striper,
there's a
like-
hybrid in between, but there's no stripers anymore. They usually
The stripers are gone?
The
Really?
stripers are gone, and I've got one. I got a trophy on the wall, 34 pounds.
of course,
I've got him on a half a fly, half a crankbait.
Yeah. I
It was a
mean,
crankbait with a feather on the back. So that's
well,
like half and
I
half.
would have believed you
We
if you
call
would have
them
told me
half
that
and
because
half.
everything you said so far has been true. So,
Well, it's on my wall. I can prove it.
Well, that's a good point.
It's
You
just
can't
not
prove that.
34 pounds.
I knew there was some
Some
fluff in there somewhere in the little glitch.
I'm a
of-
fisherman. That's what we do.
of course.
Yeah, that's what we do. But,
And
anyway, what they told me was that the stripers weren't kept up in population because they didn't have enough eels. There's an eel trap at the dam down there. So when the water goes through, they trap so many eels.
freshwater eels.
Freshwater. It's what they feed on. But when you're crappie fishing on a pontoon with clients and you bring a crappie up and a striper takes it off your hook, right, like a great white would, you tell me that's all they eat?
I had that happen.
Oh, you did too?
I had that happen with pulling a panfish up,
Yeah.
like a sunfish, like the one you caught out here. That really little one.
No, that was that other guy with the blue
That was
shirt.
another guy looked just like you with a blue
Yeah.
shirt.
It's mustache size.
Another blue shirt. I just love this. This is like the best podcast ever.
All right.
No, hold on.
I can
hold
do
on.
it again. You pay it on the next one?
Checks in the mail.
Yeah.
No. Here's the thing. Like I love telling this story.
No, go ahead. Go
My
on.
son's
I'll
like
listen.
3. I know. Like,
But it happened to
this
you
is
too.
about 3 or 4 years ago or whatever. Now he's younger and everything, and we're pulling a bluegill out, and I'm like, "Hey, Jackson, we got a bluegill," just doing the dad thing and everything. And then this giant, like we're talking like a community lake, and a giant bass comes up and grabs the, we're talking like a Snoopy pole here, like his rod and reel,
I got him.
and like he just runs off with that until he breaks off, and just runs like the Dickens. But like it was ready for the easy meal. But of course that was a sunfish. But I see what you're saying about the striper versus what's feeding on what. On that
Well,
kind
they
of
have to
stuff.
adapt, right? I got to find something to eat. I'll eat out of the garbage can if it's a burger.
Well,
I mean, okay.
I mean, it's
Maybe
kind
a-
of
maybe a
a little bit of an
barbecue
extreme
burger.
example there,
Yeah,
Stubbe.
yeah,
But
well, it's an example.
Here's the other thing I'm thinking about is that grass carp in Lake Austin. Okay, so this is a little bit of a little bit different from what you may have heard because I like to bowfish. Okay, so in fact, the guy that I bowfish with is with GarQuest Bowfishing Adventures out of I guess Troy area now. He's south of Waco. I think he goes to Whitney and Lake Waco and that kind of stuff a lot. But he used to fish Lake Belton, and then like he took a trip right when we met. This is like circa 2011, 2012 to Toledo Bend to go bow fishing. State record, I believe, the world record as well. Smallmouth buffalo at 82.5 pounds.
Wow.
I'm not making this up. You can look this
you're
up.
fine.
I'm pretty sure this is still documented. It may have been replaced. I haven't talked to him about it in a while, but his business card was him holding that fish. And you talk about he had to have his sons help him hold on both sides of the tail and the head because he was holding the middle, and it looked like he was like going to drop it. It was like stressing. But I mean, it was a slob. Well, dude, can we say that about trash fish?
I don't care. I catch them on a fly.
You catch buffalo and carp on a fly?
Well, we catch, I would say more carp. I wouldn't say a buffalo. But when they start
not an actual buffalo, but the buffalo fish. Oh, come on. You walked right into that one, Stubby. Okay. Come on, man.
You hurt my feelings.
I love you, bro. I love you. It's all good, man.
You hurt my feelings. I'm a carp fisherman.
I know.
That's my best fish. I put clams
Mm-hmm.
on.
Yeah.
So anyway, they love a red mop fly.
Okay.
Did you know that?
Now, look, I do have a goal. Okay. Now, I'm recommitting to as a fisherman is to fly catch a carp. If I have to come to Toledo Bend to do it, I will. But I have a fly rod. It's not a high end one. Actually, it's convertible. It can either be it's one of those like pack up ones.
Okay, convertible.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like it comes down in pieces. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one of those multi-piece.
Yeah, I didn't know if you had a rag top on it. It was a convertible type.
It's probably one of those fastbacks. It's kind of like the hard. What do they call it? It's a hard cut. You know what I'm talking about? We both appreciate old cars. You know, they don't make fastbacks. You got
to start somewhere.
They don't make them like they used to.
No, they don't. They're probably break.
I'm just saying. All right, so that's one of my goals is that I want to. I was thinking of making a carp like a what do you call it like a
carp run. But we have carp runs. That's what I'm trying to do.
Well, I know. And I was thinking about making like a corn looking, like a piece of corn fly, chum out some deer corn, which has worked for me before, or range cubes. Okay. And I wrote an article that's in the March issue, actually, depending on when you listen to this. The March issue of 2025 Texas Fish and Game.
Really? Okay.
It's called Obscure Bow Fishing Trade. I haven't even seen how it turned out. I guess I should have checked that out. But for me, it's more about just getting the message of the nuts and bolts, because as an outdoor writer, that's mainly what I concentrate on. Is the nuts and bolts of how to. And one of the best things you can do for chumming catfish or carp, if you're bow fishing or if you are rod and reel fishing, obviously respectively, bow fishing for carp or rod and reel fishing for catfish, is go along the bank with some cattle range cubes. Mm-hmm. But you get them at the feed store. I mean, nobody likes to pay feed store prices, but you got to pay. You got to get them. Where else are you going to buy range cubes? For the cattle.
Well, they're only $20 a bag.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, but one of the best kept secrets is chumming the bank with just throwing those out. You can get your kids to throw them out. Now, grandkids or whatever. They love to throw. They love the day before. Bait up a spot that night. If you're going to fish that night, bait it up that afternoon before. Let those things soak, and they kind of release, and they slow release, and then the catfish, carp, whatever, any kind of bottom feeder comes along and eats them. Yeah. And that's one of the better bow fishing tips that I would give. As far as those kind of things.
Can I give you another tip?
I'm listening.
But Miracle Whip on them before you put them in the
water. Oh my gosh! Are you serious?
It's the egg that sticks to it a little bit.
Okay.
They smell that because it comes off real easy. So when it's breaking apart, it gives off that little puff of stuff.
Yep.
That's my tip of the day.
It's pretty good.
Yep. I can't tell everybody everything.
Well, I don't expect you to tell everything, but I mean
that works. I've tried all kind of stuff.
Miracle Whip.
Miracle Whip.
So it gives kind of the allure of there's something here. Kind of brings their attention to it.
The eggs and oil in it and stuff like that.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. That's good.
I shouldn't have sold that.
Well,
I know I only have one listener, so he already knows the story. He's my co-host on the outdoor show at 8 to 9
you have more than
morning from KLBE 103.9.
This is a party. This is just a giant party. I've been podcasting I've been recording podcasts for 5 hours straight, and this is the best ending I could ever expect to my day.
I thought I was your first.
Well, it's morning where most people are listening to this, I'm sure.
Okay.
So.
Well, I hope they give me a call at 1-844-683-3474, and I will manage you in the area.
You are very. I like the self-promotion. I like the fact that you like to plug every once in a while, because I'm shameless about that. About telling people about where to find me online or whatever like that. It probably is ad nauseum for some people.
Well, I've learned a long time ago, if you don't promote yourself, no one else will.
You're right. If you don't advocate for what you want in life, and that is more guide trips for you.
Let me say this. We had a radio show in Houston. It's called Tech Reps. I did it for a Christian radio station for an hour in the morning on Saturday morning. Right? Had a lot of guests, over 52 guests, 52 show. I didn't promote myself. That cost me $160,000 to do that show. Did I learn a lesson?
I'm sure you
Promote
did.
yourself.
Promote yourself.
Captain Scooby, 1-844-683-3474. And whoop whoop, I will put you on some carp.
Whoop whoop. Yeah, carp on the fly.
Carp on the fly.
Dude, where is the carp master?
Okay, what happens here is the lake is filling up right now. Full pull is 171, 172. So they regulate the lake with a dam. Of course, they generate power.
Right.
And it comes up and down. So what happens when it gets to full pool, we have a lot of rain from now, this month, and next month.
Yeah.
So what happens, there's an area that I've actually taken. I use it as a captain, as a master captain, matter of fact, that's licensed. I actually use satellites to find areas I want to fish.
Okay.
So what do you mean by satellites? Well, there's areas that I get to with a mud motor boat that I take a chainsaw to, and I'll zigzag my way in the timber until I get to that pond of water.
That's cool. So you take your smaller boat or your backwoods boat,
It's a
if you will.
special built boat for that.
Very
You know,
good.
it's 12
With the
years
mud
old.
motor, yeah.
Yeah,
that's
it's mud
pretty
motor
cool.
boat stuff. So we get back there, but also make it in a zigzag so people can't follow me in there. And I also go across logs and stuff. So they tried to follow before, and they get the transom in the motor stuck.
Yeah, it's over.
It's over. They're
I mean,
stuck
you
there.
called the tow company at that
And
point.
all I do is hear the roaring.
Call Cito. Yeah, call Cito. They can
And
help you.
And so what I do, I have an exit.
That's funny.
It's just like a gopher. He doesn't have one hole. We have another gopher hole to get out, so I don't have to help that dummy.
You don't have to go back and see him
No.
the same way you came in.
No, so I go out the other way. Pretty smart, huh? I'm the smartest guy you got. 1-844-683-3474. Write that number down.
If you haven't memorized it yet, folks, I'll put it in the show notes.
I have it memorized in my sleep. But you're going to have a good time. You see, we're having a good time here.
That's
we
great.
always, what's said in the boat stays in the boat. So don't bring your girlfriends or anything like that. Bring your buddy, and we're going to have a hoot.
Hoot and holler.
Yeah, hoot and
Whoop,
holler.
whoop.
Yeah, whoop, whoop. That is my trademark. So if you're listening to my radio show, I also have 3 songs. We have the Mudfish songs. So every time they play my commercials and things on the radio, they actually play my song in full entirety.
Oh my goodness!
And it was
a
all
musician as well, ladies.
No,
and
I'm not a
gentlemen.
musician.
Well, no, he
I
has
do
a
the
song
harmonica.
about him. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I mean, this is.
I have that professionally done.
Well, I'm just saying, like that's still a big deal.
Yeah, no, not many guys have their own songs.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, they promote their company.
Well, you know,
You know, that's pretty
is it
cool.
more of a jingle?
Yeah, if you go
Can
to
you
the,
email it to me?
You go to the Mudfish Adventures podcast.
Yes.
Or you can go to mudfishadventures.com website, and then you punch in some of the videos. You will see the full backwaters on video
Yeah.
with the songs with it.
Oh, video.
Yeah, it's
They're
pretty
they're
cool.
kind of going with the video.
Yes, sir. It goes with the video. So I'm not good.
Little filmmaker.
Yeah, you know,
or
but it's in black and white, so that's kind of.
We couldn't figure out the color thing on the camera, so they're all in black
costs
and
more.
white. It costs a lot
It
more to
costs
do it
more,
that way.
so
So
I'm
we
waiting-
self-publish these. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
waiting for Disney to react it, or what do they call it? Reinvent it? What do they call that?
The Redux, or what do they call that? Yeah,
A
the
redux? A
the
dust?
Redux. I'm thinking like Redux, which means like the remake.
Okay.
The Redux.
Well, you're in the
never heard the
production. I don't know those big words. I don't even know how to
You
put
make
them.
it sound like all I talk about is like $5 college words here about
That
podcasts.
is not
and
true.
that
I
kind of
can't
stuff.
use them. I never went
But the
there.
thing is, I still look at you as an equal because even though we are what do you call it? What
connected.
15 years apart from each other?
Yeah, that's right. We're connected by the cord.
We are connected by the cord of the outdoors.
There you go. It's pretty cool, ain't it?
That's
I
cool.
can't complain.
It's better than like the cord of a skydiver or skydiver.
You know, we don't eat sardines on the boat either. We have real
Oh
meals.
my gosh! And no bananas.
No bananas.
Thank goodness
Did you
no
learn that
bananas.
today?
Oh, I learned that a long time ago.
Yeah,
it was a Costa commercial actually. It was Costa
really?
sunglasses. They made like this joke, and I had to I didn't understand that about saltwater fishing. You're not supposed to bring a banana in the boat. Like that's a big
Why?
no-no. It's bad luck.
Why?
I don't know. It's like a wives' tale. I don't know. I'm just telling you that's a real thing.
You know I'm a licensed captain, right?
Well, I'm just saying if somebody didn't tell you about the banana thing, I think we need to talk.
Okay, I'm going to tell you the banana story, the real truth.
Okay.
Okay? Just like you tie a nail knot on a fly rod to the extension to the tippet, right? Because they didn't have toothpicks back then, they used nails.
I can't. Like we're talking like 10 penny nails, or like how?
I don't know. I didn't work on the railroad.
Well,
I don't know how big those nails are.
You're talking like railroad spike nails, like big old nails.
Anyway, so what happened when the bananas...
What did I get the character? All right, sorry, go ahead.
Do I have to draw you a picture?
No, I not now.
Okay.
I got the idea.
Well, I got the crayon out.
Well,
The
I'm
red-
just saying.
I got a red crayon and a black
I was about to
crayon.
say you better have two colors there so I can contrast because I'm dyslexic. I may read it, but anyway, go ahead.
That college will do that to you.
Well, I'm just saying.
No, basically they'd go around the Cape down there with full of bananas on their boats, and it's such a long trip before they did the Suez Canal and all. They'd go around the Cape, and of course, when the bad weather in the Cape, they would swamp the boats, and the boats would sink.
okay.
So they didn't want bananas on a boat because it was bad luck for that reason.
I see.
So
So
they
that
put-
really was like an old
No,
wives'
it's a
tale.
real true story. Made it up 4 minutes ago.
I don't know what to believe. I just
No, it's a true
that's
story.
Good. Okay.
Ask another captain, a real captain.
No, don't start.
My
this
license number is
license
1844.
That's your phone number.
Oh, I can't remember all these
Captain.
numbers. You know,
I can't either. Well, no, you're the one that said your phone number like several times during this show.
you need another one?
Sure.
No, I'm good.
No, just give me the same one twice.
Okay, no, I'm good.
What 844?
It's 1844.
There it is.
683-3474 is for a good chuckle. Just call it for fun.
It's like those old numbers we had back in the 90s.
Yeah.
You called like the joke numbers. You remember
Really?
those? Yeah, there was a thing.
Maybe I need to start that.
There was a type of soft drink called OK Cola. Okay.
Yeah.
And one of my childhood memories is like back when I first got a cell phone. Like this is late 90s. I'm in high school and that kind of stuff. And one of my favorite youth memories is calling this phone number, which was like a 1-800 number at the time for OK Cola. And it would remind you that everything was going to be fill in the blank. Oh, come on. Okay. Everything's going to be okay.
Oh, really? Okay.
And so basically it would say, like little phrases about being okay, in OK
remember
Cola.
that one. Really?
Well, this came out about the same time Jolt Cola. You remember Jolt Cola? Jolt? That was like taken off the market because it had like, well, what now modern day coffee, coffee drinks have like as far as espressos, like, the 300 milligram caffeine, like Black Rifle coffee, you know what I'm saying? Like, you pick it up at the gas station, you're like wired all day. So this is the equivalent of what that was back in the 80s and 90s, Jolt Cola, all right? Why don't you email Captain Stubbe and ask him if anybody, remembers Jolt Cola from back in the day, because I was a kid back then. A lot of you guys weren't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can't help you.
Oh,
It was black and white TV back then, folks. I don't know how you...
You make it sound like there's like some kind of transition that happened. Like you just came into this other like...
I'm in outer space in the boat every day.
Well, yeah. I know, but what I'm
nobody
saying is the
bothers.
digital age has changed.
I know, I'm
and
trying to learn it. That's why I'm
Well, I
trying
don't
to be
expect
good.
you to learn it. That's what the guys hired me.
That's why I'm learning here. I got notes. I got my pen going. This page is
see
full.
that.
I'm going to turn the page.
Whole page is
Okay,
full.
I got 2 pages on you right now.
Oh my gosh, I feel
know?
so honored. Huge
you
deal.
ever get a 2-page guest?
Well, no.
Do you ever have a guest that writes
Today,
down everything?
I'm
the best.
well.
I'm the best guide out there.
There's not a question about that.
1-844-683-3474.
Oh gosh.
Or you can look us up on the Wild
Worldwide, well,
Okay,
a lot of W's.
mudfishandventures.com. That was inexpensive lesson. I had to do that.
Thank you guys so much. I guess
we're done?
Call it.
Does it
I don't
time
know. Well, I don't want to miss the crawfish.
Oh, no, that's good.
Well, I'm just saying.
No, I see them still cooking over
Well, they're still cooking over there.
Okay,
I guess,
we're good.
you know.
Well, I enjoyed being with you there.
I enjoyed
What's
hanging
your
out
name
with you
again?
too. Dustin Vaughn
Yeah,
Warnke.
how do you say the last name?
Warnce. That's Warren Key, like a worn out key. Warren Key. There's no extra E in the middle. If anybody's listening from New Braunfels, Texas, go Unicorns.
So if somebody wants to get a hold of you, what number do they call you?
512-497-7674. I've only given it once, so I'm going to give it again.
Wait, let me write down.
Okay,
Hold
you
on.
ready?
Okay, go.
Got that? Are you sure?
Yes, pin's on. It's on high speed. I'm gonna put it on.
Turn your pin on.
I'm gonna put it on vibrator.
That's like half
It's pretty big.
half ink pen, half tattoo artist over here. You know what I'm saying? Like half tattoo pen, like like a little.
Well, that's my ring I got on.
Oh, of course.
It's so much jewelry.
Well, I know that.
It's on everything.
A lot of gold.
Yeah,
a lot of gold.
We're
there.
top guys. We have all these.
Well,
gold
I'm just saying
rings.
the gold chains and the
know,
gold rings
there
that
you
goes
go,
with
you know.
everything you're wearing.
We throw
so.
gold spinner baits.
Or a spoon. I'm just saying, a spoon's really good for redfish.
Well, I hope y'all have enjoyed this little episode of drinking before crawfish.
We have had no alcohol whatsoever.
Absolutely not one of us.
Nope. We're good. Thank you guys so much for listening to the Best of the Outdoors podcast, my new podcast, The Empowered Life with Dustin Vaughn Warnke. If you want some inspiration, heck, tell your wife about it if you're a guy, because, she may appreciate you for it, and who knows, I mean, she may be like, that Dustin guy's pretty cool.
I think it's pretty cool. I really enjoyed it. I haven't had this much fun in the last couple of weeks. But,
Really?
Yeah.
I was that much fun?
you were a blast.
Oh, you were a
We need to
blast,
do
too.
this again next
We
week.
do, yeah. And like every week, I'm gonna be on your show.
Oh,
You be
really?
on my show. I mean,
That'd be kinda cool.
We'll make it like a weekly.
Why don't we
thing.
do a long distance cable thing?
What?
You can hold the string at your end. I'll hold the string at my end.
Yeah, we're talking like the old can thing.
Yeah, I remember that.
You gotta wax the string. Remember, you had to wax the string. You had to like oil the string somehow
didn't
to
know
make
that.
the better connection between the two cans.
You engineers or something else.
No, I'm not. I have a music degree,
Oh.
and I am an outdoor media professional
Okay.
and a marketing agency. So,
I couldn't tell.
businesswithdustin.com.
There you go. Good job. Well, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed the show today. I know it was kind of hilarious and craziness, but hey, that's what you do. Captain Stubbe does, you know. But he always gives an honest fishing report every week on KLBG 103.9 in Louisiana. So you can listen on Wild Wild Web, or you can call me at 1-844-683-3474, or you can call us at mudfishadventures.com. Well, you can't call it.
Well, I guess you could if you do your
that W thing.
W.
Mudfishadventures.com. And we will have a good time. If you want to give us a call, go ahead and give us a call at 1-844-683-3474, and I'll be clapping.
Clappily, happily.
I think it's the hot sauce on the crawfish.
I don't know, man.
We'll see y'all next time. Y'all know the system. Whoop, whoop.